Good morning, boys and girls. And as you can see, I am dressed like an empress, and I live in a castle far, far away. And sometimes I have hard choices about what clothes I want to wear. So let's read the story about another emperor who had the same choices about what he wanted to wear. Let's begin. The Emperor's New Clothes. From the book is the cover, spine, back cover. There once was a very proud emperor who loved the finest clothes. As soon as he woke up each morning, he thought of what he would wear that day. Good morning, Your Highness, his ministers would say. Your people need better houses, food, and schools. Will you help them? Never mind all that, said the emperor. How do I look in this? One day, two men visited the town pretending, that means they were not, they were pretending, they were make believing to be weavers. A weaver is someone that made clothes. They had pictures of the most beautiful fabric. Our cloth is the best in all the world, they boasted. We have the finest silks and satins and the most beautiful patterns. But our best cloth is only for emperors and kings. It is so fine that only the cleverest people are able to see it. The emperor heard of these men. I must have a suit made of this cloth, he thought. Not only will it make me look even more beautiful, but anyone who isn't smart enough to see it will not be fit to work for me. He approached the men with a large bag of money and sent them to work. We'll need lots of silks, gold, and satins, they explained. We make our special cloth from them. The emperor gave them everything they asked for, but they sold it all in the marketplace and just pretended to work on their empty loom. The emperor was very impatient. That means he didn't want to wait very long to know how his wonderful suit was coming on and sent his minister to find out. Welcome, sir, said the weavers. Come and look at these beautiful patterns. The minister peered at the loom. Oh no, he thought. I can't see anything. I must be too stupid. But if I pretend that I see the cloth, maybe I'll keep my job. So the minister pretended to see the fabric and told the weavers how beautiful it was and how pleased the emperor would be. Back at the palace, the minister pretended that he had seen the cloth and described it in the finest detail. The emperor was very excited. I can just imagine, he exclaimed. I will be the smartest emperor in the whole world. Everyone will admire me. The emperor became more and more impatient to find out how his suit was progressing and sent his butler to ask. The butler could see nothing either, but like the minister before him, he went back to the emperor with a sparkling description of how fair and lovely it was. The emperor was a little confused because the outfit that his butler described seemed very different from the one his minister had seen, but he was too excited about how wonderful it would look to worry about that very much. At last, the emperor could bear it no longer. The night before the procession, he went to see the suit for himself. He was horrified to see the weavers working hard at an empty loom. I must pretend I can see the cloth, he thought. I cannot let my people think that I am not smart. So he peered and he prodded and he prodded and smiled. This is exquisite, he declared. Fit for an emperor. Fit even for me. The night the two weavers pretended to work endlessly on their loom. They appeared to take the cloth off the loom, to cut it in big scissors, and to sew it needles in which there was no thread. Oh, the next morning they brought the imaginary suit to the emperor. Here's the jacket, here are the trousers, and here's the cloak. They pretended to hold them up for his approval. They are so light and fine, the emperor agreed. It's almost as though they're not even there. I must get dressed, exclaimed the emperor. Soon it will be time for the processional, and I will show my people just how grand and important I am. He took off his nightgown and put on his imaginary clothes one by one. He looked at himself in the mirror from every angle. Truly, everyone agreed this was a suit for the finest emperor in the world. Everyone in the city heard the emperor's new suit and came to see the procession. Of course, all the children could see that the emperor was naked. They wanted to laugh, although they did not want to be rude. But the grown-ups were too ashamed to admit that they didn't see anything. It's wonderful, they all agreed. The very best. We are so lucky to have such a smart emperor. At last, the children could bear it no longer. All of them burst out laughing. Look how he has on no clothes. Ha 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 ha. He is naked as the day he was born. The emperor startled. Then he was horrified. One by one, the grown-ups started to laugh. It's really true, they cried. He has no clothes on at all. Maybe he's not so smart after all. The emperor scurried back to his palace as quickly as he could. I've been so foolish, he wailed to his minister. Everyone has seen how silly I am. How can I be the best emperor in the world? Now, your excellency, answered the minister, who you are is more important than how you look. Care for your people and they will respect you whatever happens today. And from that day on, the emperor ruled his empire wisely and looked after his people very well. The end. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon.